He led 147 laps earlier. But right now it looks like a two-horse race. Denny Hamlin, Jimmy Johnson, Tony Stewart trying for a piece of the pie. And we're ready to restart.
I like where Stewart is. I mean, if anything goes wrong with those first two cars, he's sitting in pretty good shape. Time it, time it, time it.
Green flag.
Jimmy Johnson trying to time it. Looks like Kyle Busch is going to stay tucked to the inside of the 48 on this restart. It'll give Hamlin a good run off turn 2. Now Johnson clears the 18 car.
Stewart coming, and again, Kyle Busch not a factor. He is laps down. Lets the 3 leaders by.
48's roll in the middle of the corner a little bit better than 11, but the 11 has just got it up off the corner.
Gets in good, gets off the corner.
He can really, really pull the 48 up out of the hole. Jimmy's going to have to do something special to get back around him here. Got him there. He rolls right up to him, but then when they come off the corner, just loses that 2 or 3 car lengths. Hamlin will just keep that same pace every lap. He's going to be okay.
Darrell, it's almost like the 11 car Denny Hamlin's doing just what he has to do to keep the car on the bottom through the middle of the corner. He's not opening that door for the 48.
48's good right there in the center, as you can see. Then 11's got that zip up off the corner. That's paying off big time for him. He just don't want to let that 48 get up there and rub that bumper in the middle of the corner. Well, you see Jimmy, he's getting a little loose off, trying to stay with him as they exit turn 2 back there.
Well, Jimmy's got 2 choices, Darrell. Take the long way around on the outside of Hamlin or root him out of the groove.
Well, what Jimmy's going to start doing is he's going to make a late entry into the turn and try to get a lot of momentum and roll through the center and get a nose up alongside of him.
And that car right behind him, Tony Stewart, the 14 car running third, he just run his fastest lap of this 500 lap race as we've got 19 laps to go.
Tony is sitting there. He's got a good looking car. That thing is clean and hadn't been in any trouble all day long. Running well. Pretty happy, I would think.
Any restarts from here on out would be single file. Last 20 laps of the race. What a great 4-car battle we've had. At one time, 4 of them for the lead at once. Typical day at Martinsville.
Yeah, and there's a lot of racing right behind these 2 leaders too, between Jeff Gordon the 33 and Mark Martin, and Dale Jr.'s trying to get up there.
Along with Ryan Newman.
Yeah, the 24 has got bottled up behind Menard in the 98 and Edwards in the 99, and also it's brought Mark Martin in the 5 car up into that battle.
Oh boy, that 48 keeps rolling up closer in the middle of that corner. I believe if he could ever get to him, he might just give him a little push.
Now on the right of your screen, the 99 of Carl Edwards is 2 laps down. He is not a factor in this battle, but he is trying to pass.
He's going to drive it in, Mike. Drove it in turn 3. Gets sideways. They both go up the racetrack. Here comes Stewart in the 14.
That's exactly what I thought might happen for Tony. I thought those 2 might mess up, and there would come Tony.
Boy, Johnson used a little hustle and a lot of muscle to get past Denny Hamlin. 15 laps to go is plenty of time for Hamlin to get back to him.
Oh, yeah. If he can catch him back, I don't think this race is definitely over with. I'm pretty sure Jimmy Johnson's going to drive all he's got right now. He doesn't want that 11 back on his bumper.
15 to go.
Tony Stewart is right there now, and he's going to work on the back of that 11 car.
Well, Jimmy Johnson's got to drive it like he stole it, because the way he got past Hamlin, if Hamlin can catch him, he will move him.
Yeah, he just stole the lead, so he better drive it like he stole something.
If he keeps the lead to the end, he better even run his cool down lap fast.
Don't look back.
I tell you what, though, both those guys, they showed a lot of car control to gather those cars back up.
We've seen that earlier today. Those 2 guys, you know, everybody else has spun out when they did that.
Jimmy Johnson
nice and easy.
trying to pull away. And let's see that pass again. My gosh.
Was Chad not impressed, or was he just thinking, way to go, you know?
Well, there's still 12 laps to go.
This is, you know, we talked about this early in the race. The hardest thing to do is get down in this corner under somebody and not spin out or get into them. Now, those 2 cars, for all practical purposes, are wrecked.
Yes, they are. And you can see Stewart, he's just licking his chops right there.
He didn't know what to do. He wasn't sure where they were going to go, so he kind of laid out a little bit.
Can Denny Hamlin get back to Jimmy Johnson, or will this be another one that got away?
He's got his work cut out for him as we are now down to 10 laps to go.
and Johnson leads by 1 second.
Is it possible to have 2 Monster Mobile minutes? I think we just had a second with it.
But I tell you what, the 39 here, Ryan Newman, and the 88 of Dale Jr., they are wearing each other out too.
That's for 7th place.
We got some battles going on. There you go. Get it back to him.
Junior's not finished yet.
They've been doing that to each other for the last 4 or 5 laps.
Jimmy Johnson has pulled out to over a second lead over Denny Hamlin as they'll be coming to 8 laps to go this time.
Do you know when Denny Hamlin muscled the lead away from Jimmy Johnson going down into turn 1 here, I'm not sure that probably Denny Hamlin didn't expect maybe a little contact if it came down to it.
How can a car like that 48 be so bad at the start of the race they have to stop on 2 of the first 3 cautions for adjustments and be so good now?
Did you see the guy sitting on the pit box? Did you see the expression on his face? He had none. All he knows is fix the car. I got the driver. We'll win this race. Look at that expression.
A plan comes together.
A little sigh of relief there. Yeah, we got to live. Thank you very much. Everything's going well like I planned it.
You know, Jimmy Johnson told us on Friday that Chad Knaus, he never quits working on things, whether it's at the shop or at the racetrack. He's tenacious.
Yep. And he's got a cool customer behind the wheel. I was going to say, if Jimmy didn't win today, he might have to shave that beard off. Because this is his house, and we know that.
Chad Knaus cut his teeth at Rockford Speedway up in Illinois. And it reminds me of a number of short track crew chiefs I've known that fall asleep under the car at 2 in the morning with a wrench in one hand and wake up at 5 in the morning and start turning that wrench again.
You know, just real quick, while Jimmy Johnson will be coming to 4 laps to go, a couple of cars, they have worked their guts out to get to the top 10 right now behind Dale Earnhardt Jr., A.J. Allmendinger up in 9th spot in that 44, and Jamie McMurray, who started 28th, just inside the top 10 and 10.
And I got to tip my hat to Mikey. I mean, my little brother is in trouble early, got a lap down, got the lucky dog, and he's fought back to 13th. Pretty good day for him, too.
6th place, Mark Martin, Ryan Newman continue to battle.
3 laps to go.
Boy, Ryan is just pouring that thing down in there.
Clear by 6.
Great day for Stuart Haas Racing. Tony in 3rd and Ryan pushing for 6th.
Boy, it is. They've had a couple of good weeks
2
here.
to go, 2 laps to go.
Johnson's lead has stabilized at 1 second over Denny Hamlin.
I believe this little battle for 6, she's going to go all the way to the wire.
Yep.
Yeah, and Ryan is overdriving his car a bunch, but Mark's giving him enough room. It hadn't affected anything yet. But they're going to come to the line fighting with each other, and we got 1 lap to go.
Matt Kenseth bounced it off the wall.
Well, we're in the white flag lap now.
Jimmy Johnson's halfway down the back straightaway.
Newman and Martin lean on each other in turn 2.
I think Newman got the better of him that time.
I believe he will prevail.
Jimmy Johnson wins at Martinsville on the 25th anniversary of Hendrick Motorsports' first win. 41st Cup win as Dale Jr. bounces off the wall on the way to the flag.
Fishtail into the house. Let's see what Johnson in the 11 car, if they have any words. No, it looks like pretty congenial.
5 wins.
Great work, Jimmy. Great work, man. Thanks.
5 wins in the last 6 Martinsville races for Jimmy Johnson.
That's 10 in the last 13 for Hendrick Motorsports here.
And 18 Martinsville wins for Rick Hendrick.
Can you imagine if he had all those clocks go off at once?
You're the man.
I think it's a little bit more than that. You're a little bit more in the man when you do what he just did.
For the 7th time in 11 races, the driver who led the most laps, in this case Denny Hamlin, doesn't go to victory lane. Johnson did not lead this race until lap 430. But this pass on Denny Hamlin will send Jimmy Johnson and Rick Hendrick to Martinsville's victory lane and another grandfather clock.